In today's news, in the words of Grayscale's head of product and research, by facilitating cross-border payments that take just seconds to complete, XRP has the potential to transform the legacy financial infrastructure. He emphasizes XRP's important real-world use case and the fact that Grayscale's XRP Trust gives investors important exposure. Yes, that is right. Grayscale is now set to be the first to launch a US XRP Trust, paving the way, therefore, for XRP ETF. This is huge news, and this massive bombshell has found its way onto many mainstream media outlets, from Bloomberg to CoinDesk to even CNBC. XRP jumped as much as 9%, almost 10% on the daily time frame, as Grayscale introduces XRP Trust that could pave the way for an ETF very soon. The reason for this belief is because the last time the SEC fought and lost in the courts of law trying to deny Bitcoin's rise, Grayscale ended up converting their Bitcoin trust into a Bitcoin ETF, and we already know how successful they were. So by that logic, with Ripple's lawsuit coming very close to its end, an XRP ETF could very well be just around the corner. This, of course, is very big news, and to get a little bit of a better understanding of what this means for right now for XRP, this XRP Trust, unlike an ETF, the XRP Trust will primarily trade OTC, over the counter. Trusts are more susceptible to trading at a price that does not line up with the underlying value of the portfolio. This is very important to note. But, as we can see in this paragraph here, once more, Grayscale's head of product and research stated on CNBC this time that XRP can reduce friction in international payments, enabling more efficiency in an evolving global economy. It is no longer speculation, no longer behind the scenes. The message is now being spread across the world as mainstream media outlets like CNBC repeatedly now confirm that XRP can be used as a bridge for domestic cross-border payments. Huge news. We can now see images here from Grayscale's website of the XRP Trust, soon to be XRP ETF. Very big news. Right now, it is 20 XRP per share, which is massive news. And to now take some statements from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse himself, he stated that he was pleasantly surprised to see this news. Now, for those of you who watched Bloomberg recently, when Brad Garlinghouse was interviewed in Japan, you would have heard him state that as it stands right now, there are no plans for an XRP ETF in the United States. Well, evidently, it looks like he was wrong in the sense that he was surprised, as he said, he was surprised to see this news, this massive announcement himself, or at least in this current moment in time, because as he states, it was inevitable that we would see this announcement. He stated that XRP has regulatory clarity in the US and other countries around the world, around the globe, so it was only a matter of time for XRP to be getting an ETF. But Brad Garlinghouse, like the rest of us XRP holders, seemingly are very happy to see this shocking bombshell on our lap, and I am sure that we are now all sitting back and just laughing at the XRP fudsters. I know Brad Garlinghouse is retweeting this gif of him being pleasantly surprised that Grayscale now announced an XRP Trust, so an ETF is definitely on the horizon. Considering as well, XRP is fighting this massive regulatory battle for themselves, yes, but actually it's for the whole of the crypto industry. Their lawsuit against the SEC is a fight for crypto against the SEC in the United States. This massive regulatory battle. This announcement for Grayscale, this trust for XRP, could now actually be seen as a major sign that crypto regulations, therefore crypto adoption and XRP adoption, is about to take off, greenlighting wave 2 of institutional adoption to dive head first into crypto and into XRP, into this industry, sending its price therefore to the absolute moon. That is why I'm so bullish on crypto and XRP, why I'm bullish on this announcement, and why I truly believe the next 18 months will be life-changing for you, which is why I created a free-to-join Discord server where now over 320 of us are working to increase our knowledge to find the true crypto gem, to be a part of what will be the biggest wealth transfer in history. We are all learning so much and learning so much more every single day, so by all means, come and be part of the family. Link to join will be in the description below. But now, in continuation or similarly, this announcement, in my opinion, is actually much bigger than you may have anticipated. As there's now speculation, there's even confirmation from Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Alderty, that this lawsuit, XRP case, is officially over. Here we can see from Luke Thomas, if history is an indicator, which I believe it truly is, it's a very important indicator to help you navigate markets and create trading strategies. Historical data is very important. If history is an indicator, therefore, then it's important to note that Grayscale actually got rid of XRP from its fund when the SEC filed the lawsuit against Ripple years ago. So the fact that they have now included XRP back into its fund when the SEC has only 3 weeks left to appeal the verdict, to me clearly indicates that the sentiment that they won't appeal the decision and is willing to accept the fine and settle the XRP Ripple case. $125 million, that's it. I mean, look at this post here. Massive confirmation in my opinion here. Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Oldrotty, confirmed here that the case for all intents and purposes is officially over. It's just that fair notice defense that are still alive for others. Basically, in this post he describes that the SEC cites the 2017 DAO reports as industry notices the crypto asset securities are subject to US security laws. 7 years later, after this, 7 years later, the SEC has now apologized to a federal judge for the confusion it invited by using the inherently unclear term. So the SEC admitted to their lack of clarity, their lack of understanding, therefore, even though time and time again Gary Gensler has stated that the laws are clear. Evidently, he doesn't know his head from his arse. He is so confused. And funnily enough, the SEC chairman Gary Gensler himself is now under increasing fire, which may also play into the hands of Ripple XRP in this lawsuit, as Gary Gensler is now under investigation from the top Republican lawmakers Jim Jordan, Patrick McHenry and James Comer for engaging in suspected political favoritism in his hiring practices, which is mental. In my opinion, this is very bullish news for XRP, and it may have taken over 3 years, but now the lawyers seem to finally be waking up, shocked by the SEC's lack of shame, if you will. Jake Chabinsky here replied to Paul Grohl from Coinbase, stating that I am in shock. I didn't even know it was possible for gaslighting to be this extreme. Gaslighting in the courts is mental. It is nuts. As the SEC claims in this top paragraph, the first paragraph, the XRP is a security, all the while apologizing to the courts for the confusion they may have invited by falsely and repeatedly reporting that tokens themselves are securities. He's wrong. Gary Gensler is well and truly wrong. Notice about that. So I guess in that regard, at least they're finally admitting to their mistakes. But I mean, come on. This sort of, the way they're handling this is sort of primary school stuff. The way they're handling this is just pathetic. He's meant to be a leader and protector of all investors like us. He's meant to protect us. And he's just suffered innovation and caused nothing but problems time and time again. He's a tyrant. Now ultimately, the SEC can still appeal the lawsuit against XRP and Ripple, but there's now rising speculation that they won't do so. They have enough on their plate, lawsuit, being attacked time and time again, and the fact that Grayscale has now launched an XRP trust is being acknowledged as a major indicator, as it's unlikely they would do this if the lawsuit was still ongoing. So possibly this is some behind closed doors information, secret information we've now received early, that the lawsuit is officially over. Soon enough though, we'll hear more about it. We'll also be hearing probably more about NDAs being announced from Ripple's side of things, more of Ripple's partners being released to the public eye, as Ripple is trying to and currently is solving a real world issue in the financial system. Remember this video here from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse confirming that Ripple has already partnered with several central banks around the world. Some have already been announced, like Bank of England, Bank of America, Bank of Canada, and many more, but some have yet to be announced yet. We don't know them. Listen closely.
Looks at this is Ripple's really trying to solve that cross-border payments problem. Central bank digital currencies are domestic by nature. They're issued by a central bank or potentially issued by a central bank. So they're not really solving cross-border problems. They're solving domestic solutions more often than not. So look, I think that what we're seeing happen with stablecoins, we're seeing happening with central bank issued digital assets, I think is exciting. I'm not exactly clear how it's all going to play out. You're seeing countries experiment and test. Ripple has partnered with several central banks around the world. Some we've announced, some we haven't yet announced, that they're issuing and testing using the XRP ledger to issue their digital assets on the XRP ledger as a token. So we're excited to be working with them. And look, at our core, Ripple's really good at working with enterprise customers. A government is just a big enterprise customer. We know how to sell to.
That's an interesting notion.
I mean, in some ways, it's just a really big enterprise customer, and we're pretty good at that now because we've had a lot of experience with it and worked with some of the largest banks in the world, as well as a lot of the smaller payment companies that have grown very quickly using our technology. It's helped them grow more quickly.
Ultimately, the end is, in my opinion, all but confirmed. The longest lasting hurdle suppressing the price of XRP is finally about to be removed, so an explosion, I believe, is on the horizon. So buckle up, come chill, chat, and learn so much more on the free Discord server. Again, the link is below, but remember, don't look short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.